The Ukrainians have a right to fight back.
I don't do paper, though.
I don't care if you do paper or not. I'm looking for revolutionaries.
I-
I'm looking for people who want to take this whole system down.
Bro, I'm a
okay?
veteran. Like, do you need me?
What kind of veteran are you?
Bro, I served in Nuketown.
Well, I think it's better to serve and fight in the powers, fucking over the system.
Bro, give me a Glock and a Hellcat.
Take a look at this.
Bro, but I don't do paper, though. I just told
Come
you
on,
that.
dude, then get away. We don't need people who aren't serious. If you're not serious,
I'm serious, but I don't do paper, bro. You're literally killing the environment.
We're moving on. You go ahead, have your lunch.
No, bro, I'm going to class.
Go to
I'm a
class,
scholar.
then. Go to class. The Ukrainians have.
Man, bro, that's kind of crazy, bro. That's kind of crazy, actually. Small world. Also, look at this, man. Look at this. Apparently, he was on, this is the same guy, right? Apparently, he was on a Romanian Newsweek thing 2 years ago, y'all. Let's hear what he got to say for this, bro. This is crazy.
Please tell me who you are and why are you here?
I'm 56 from the U.S. From North Carolina originally, so live in Hawaii now. So flew.
Bro, you see how the camera's shaking and stuff, bro? This is really like some best gore type shit.
All the way from Hawaii here. So the question as far as why I'm here, to me, you know, a lot of the other conflicts are gray, but this conflict is definitely black and white. This is about good versus evil. This is a storybook, you know, any movie we've ever watched, this is definitely evil against good. I mean, we're battling a situation here where, you know, the Ukrainians and the rest of the world are caring and kind and generous and unselfish and take care of one another. And it's just a matter of, you know, we need to stand up for that. That is the most important thing in the world, is just to show human beings that we're kind and we're caring and that we take care of one another and that the world is united so that we feed each other and make sure that, you know, we all move forward as one.
I mean, like, I kind of get where he's coming from, but, like, we're already spending trillions, billions, and quadrillions amounts of money for the war, so I'm confused why the assassination attempt is part of the program. But maybe I need to listen.
Collective whole unit. So, you know, we feel the pain of one country's failure and their conflicts, and we enjoy the successes of other countries that are doing good, and we all work together. And for some reason, Russia does not grasp this concept that we're all one unit, and we have to get along and work together and be normal human beings. This is 2022. We have to work together. It seems asinine that we have a leader in a country that does not understand the concept of being unselfish and being generous and being kind and just the basic moral values that are required by human beings these days. It blows my mind.
And what are you doing here in Ukraine?
My initial goal was to come and fight. I think, you know, everybody around the globe should be motivated to come here and support the Ukrainians and support the army, no matter what gender, age, anything. Everybody should be here supporting the army. But I'm 56, so initially they were like, well, I have no military experience, so they're like, you're not an ideal candidate. So they said, not right this minute. So plan B.
So he said, fuck it. I'm taking it in my own hands. I'm going after the president.
Was to come here to Kyiv and promote getting more people here. You know, we need thousands and thousands and thousands of people here fighting with the Ukrainians. We need, you know, we've got 190 countries around the world, and we need thousands from all of them. If the governments will not send their official military, then we civilians have to pick up the torch and make this thing happen. And we've gotten some wonderful people here, but it's a small fraction of the number that should be here. If we have 5,000, you know, to 10,000 people here fighting, you know, that is just a minuscule amount of the 5 billion people on the globe. You know, we need everyone here fighting. That's why I'm in Kyiv. So every project that I promote is about getting people here to support the Ukrainians. We were at a critical juncture in this war where we are sitting on the fence as far as whether good or evil is going to win. You know, right now we're looking at a situation where the world is waning and it's thinking that this is important or not. And we're at
I know this is a very, very based type of commentary that I'm about to make you guys. But listen, so part of me, you guys, I've been a moderator for Facebook, Instagram, and I did Fortnite and stuff like that, you guys. I've seen actually the mosque shooting when it happened live. I was right there helping my agents action it because I was a SME, so I walked around and I helped train new agents on how to become, you know, moderators and whatnot. And so this one day, man, the mosque shooting was happening, going live. My agents was like, Trey, come here. So I was like, what's going on? I was like, oh my God. Look, literally it was on some Call of Duty type stuff, man. He was going through the mosque and he was just annihilating people, bro. Annihilating people. Right? Now, also, I've seen so many videos of the Collabs and whatnot. What I'm going to say is that these guys, especially for him to be on a Jidion video and on this Romanian Newsweek video, you guys, I think that one thing that we can identify and kind of like see is that, you know, is very ambitious, man. A lot of these people that do these crazy things, not all of them, but quite a few have really thoroughly thought about these things. And that may be like, oh my God, duh, to you guys. But to me, you know, I'm like, what would really, it's interesting to me to see where the seeds were planted and how a person can go from A to Z to trying to assassinate the president. You know what I'm saying? So like, we can see like the mindset that he's had, you know what I mean? And it's just, you know, so let's, you know, I just gotta let him listen to it. I just gotta listen to some.
At a point where, you know, all right, are we going to stand for humanity, for human rights, for everything that is good with the world, or are we just going to ignore it? You know, if everybody is complacent and doesn't join this fight, then guess who's going to win? It might take 10 years, but we're going to lose this battle if everyone around the globe does not stop what they're doing and get off the couch and come to Ukraine and defend the human rights of everyone around the globe. This is the most important thing going on in the world today. So sitting around and letting life go on as normal and complaining about gas prices and complaining about, you know, your luxury life in whatever country you live in is unacceptable. As human beings, we must support each other. We cannot turn our backs on anyone around the world and expect the problem to go away. So I've been dealing with Russia for my entire life. You know, we had one period where it was okay, but now we've let it slip back into terrorism. So it's just, the world needs to respond. You know
what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the neighbor that just is so fucking nosy. Like, worry about what you got going on in your life, man. Stop worrying about what everyone else is doing and shit like that. Now, I honestly, realistically, you guys, if I were some like militant leader or something like that, I would love to have people like him, drones, completely patriotic from the toes to the head. Don't even care about his family. Probably don't have a family. He's ready to put his life on the line for his country. Those are the types of people that need to be in the military, need to be on the front lines. You know what I'm saying? We've got to have people that are like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm speaking about this in terms of fighting for your country, not going for the fucking president, you know, and even going for Trump, man. Like, this is crazy, bro. Two attempts. Like, this is crazy, man. Bro, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like they're not even if they don't take him out, man, it's so many attempts at his life that it's like, dude, do I even want to do this? Like, I would second guess even want to even try to run. Like, they're trying to bully Trump out of being even running for president at this point. You either gonna get killed or we want you to back out because we're gonna keep trying to attempt for your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just wild, man. It's just wild. But yeah, he give me some like male Karen kind of vibes. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, dude, you got a life at home, don't you? Why are you like, bro, chill out, man.
Why world leaders are not sending military is beyond me. We're going to have to elect new leaders the next go around that have a backbone and that, you know, have the fortitude to say, hey, we're not going to tolerate this type of behavior. This type of behavior is unacceptable anywhere, any place, you know. So it's totally unacceptable, and why people are not responding, I do not know.
What impressed you the most since you are here?
My trip to Irpin was pretty emotional. So, you know, going and seeing the buildings that were burned and and destroyed and things of that nature. I think more emotional for me is just talking to the guys that have come here. You know, when you talk to a 20-year-old guy that sold everything he owns to come here to fight, that is heroism. You know, he's coming here to risk his life for humanity, for the Ukrainians. You know, guys that sell everything they own to come here and support the Ukrainians while others sit at home and do nothing. You know, it's totally mind-blowing how we have this divide of people that are selfless and courageous and wonderful and willing to sell everything they own to come here and support, keep people from getting killed, to shelter kids and protect Ukrainians, and others that just, want to sit at home and not. It's just, it's an indictment of our entire human society to say, hey, where do we stand? Do we stand for good, or do we just not care? I mean, does the world not care? That's the feeling that I wrestle with every day in my interactions with everybody. Every one of us is responsible for the outcome of this war. Every one of us, by our actions and what we do. And, when I call back home and say, hey, I need $5 so I can, put enough money together to get a vest for a Ukrainian, and I get no response, I'm like, I'm not sure that the world is as wonderful as I once thought it was.
I mean, like, bro, like, come on, man. If you messaging your homie, your friend, your mama, sister, like, hey, can I get $5 to donate to Ukraine? I would be looking at you sideways as like what the fuck? How do you even know this is even going to Ukraine, for one? And two, really, nigga? Really, nigga? That's what I like, honestly, bro. Honestly.
Thought that everyone would respond, very generously and unselfishly, and you don't have to come, but if I ask for $5 to buy a vest to save a Ukrainian life, it seems like that would be a no-brainer. But I increasingly get more disappointed in humanity, and I'm beginning to question whether or not we're going to end up on the right side of this equation.
So you are working.
Now, honestly, there are some valid points that he's kind of making. Some, not a lot, right? And let me get this first. Let me say this real quick, because we live in a world where people just don't critically think. There's just not a lot of room for it. So even me finding some attributes to acknowledge, to admire, to say is nice, because of what he's done, is being looked at as, oh, you support this, you support that. No, I'm a firm believer, you guys, in learning from everybody. Every person, for the most part, on this planet has something to teach you. You just have to search for something of meaning and listen. You just got to listen to them. So you got to sometimes not judge what you see from the outside, and allow a person to really spill out their brain, their soul, and their heart. That's when you can truly kind of learn, kind of see what you get a slight peek into what their inner workings of their minds are like. And like this guy, for instance, he sounds like he absolutely cares tremendously about international affairs. He says he cares about the country, and I think that this is something that is a good thing to kind of listen to and really make your own opinions about, because it's important to really listen to what there's a lot of power in learning from those who are vilified from nature, or from just like society. Andrew Tate, for instance, he's the most recent vilified person, but there's a lot of stuff that you can gain from him, right? There's a lot of stuff that you could have gained from Kevin Samuels. Think about a lot of people who have been AI translating Hitler's speech, and people are finding things that they relate to with that. You know what I'm saying? There's things that you can understand when it comes to mentality, the mindset. But what separates a person from becoming a straight up evil ass motherfucking person is when those thoughts become action. This is where you have to be a human. We are animal first. People get mad at me when I say this, man. We're animals. You are animal. Jordan Peterson even said this. We're animals first. Your goal is to learn how to become a human and temper and control and direct those primal instincts that you have. If you cannot do that, you are more close to a feral animal than you are a human. We are born as animals, and you learn and teach and get enlightened into slowly becoming a human, someone that controls your body. That's what I believe. At least one godly power God has given us is the ability to control. You can control many different things. Now, what all you can control depends on the amount of power you have. How much power do you have? Depends on how much you've worked, depends on where you've been raised, depending on what you've been given. There's a lot of different things that relate to power. But control is the main part, you guys. And this guy, obviously, he had control for a minute, and then he just went to a breaking point. Something happened in his personal life, I believe, that made him just snap. Like, it had to, right?
With the international legend.
Yes.
And you are trying to convince people to help, to donate, and to join.
Yeah.
My final question is, what would you say to the people in order to convince them to join the International Legion, or to donate for it, or to be involved in the humanitarian aid to Ukraine?
Right. It's just extremely important, the whole thing. As far as joining the military, yes, if you have some military experience or know people with military experience, encouraging them to come and fight. We have units all over the place. So, there were some leadership issues initially, but we've got...
First off, I'm going to just straight up say this, you guys, right? This guy would be a perfect kamikaze striker. Perfect kamikaze striker, because you have the opportunity. You got the Newsweek of Romania interviewing you right now. He asks you, what would you have to say in order to encourage more people to donate, to contribute to the humanitarian efforts of the Ukraine war? What? Here's your 5 minutes are here. And that's how he starts off. He's not. Unfortunately, you guys, this is real life, man. Some people are just not meant for certain things. He just, like, you could have did a lot more and said a lot more with you, but,
Got so many units available to us: Georgian, Crimean, Ukrainian, Territorial Defense, Foreign Legion. We have, so many paramilitary groups. I put a 74-year-old Japanese guy in a unit. So, we have girls in units. So we have two girls that are in the unit up the street. So any gender, any age, any skill level to no skill level. But yeah, if you want to fight, come here and see me, and I'll put you in a unit so you can go fight. But regardless of that, we should have thousands upon thousands of people standing here with the Ukrainians. This Maiden Square, Independence Square, we should have millions of people in this square, filling the square from every country around the world. And why we don't, I don't understand. I'm here every day with all the flags from all the supporting countries, with the memorials for the people that have died. And, I've had several people come, but just a handful, So it blows my mind that I'm standing here alone without thousands of people from every country, from Asia, from Africa, from Australia, from Canada, from everywhere in South America, every place.
Europe.
Europe, everywhere. We need everybody here. If you have no skills, just come. We need to be cheerleaders. Just being here and saying, hey, I support the Ukrainians, and I support human rights, and I support good and generosity and caring and kindness and altruism, and it's just we need to show the world that we care, and it's essential. If you don't do any work at all, just being here and supporting and showing them that we care for our fellow human beings is the most important thing we can do.
All right, man. That's the end of this video. So, and all in all, you guys, I will say this, right? I will say one thing, which is my grandfather was a sniper in the Vietnam War. I had an uncle that was in the Vietnam War. I know I had a couple family members that were in the war, and they didn't come back the same. You guys, it really does something to you. I don't think that the amount of support that some of the military people, especially in the front lines, I don't think that we do enough to support them. And so any kind of person that really actually wants to glorify and try to raise the morale and really put like some sort of You know, like just really have pride in the military force. I think that is a somewhat a net positive thing. It's needed. We need it. We need it. It's a necessary job. Somebody's got to be a plumber and make sure the sewage is and unclogged. You know what I mean? Like somebody's got to do the dirty, nasty things that nobody wants to do. No, a lot of people don't want to do it. So for someone to really be passionate, want to cry about something like that, I think that it's a good thing. Where it turns sour, bad, straight, downright evil, and horrendous is when it consumes all of you. It just consumes you. You have to have a purpose outside of your purpose. You know what I mean? I'm like I know this sounds crazy, but like you gotta have a life outside of your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you will become this guy. You will become this guy, and you will attempt to assassinate or whatever extremes that you believe in. You will try to make those reality. Go for your dreams. Try to make for what's in your mind a reality. But man, there's a limit, man. There's a limit, man. And so that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. It's your brother Trey, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.